Alright, so today we're going to be taking a closer look at the K&F Concept V-mount battery and why I think that this 99 watt hour, 100 watt output battery is the best value V-mount battery that you can buy on Amazon. So it just comes with this basic box, and then it comes with some simple instructions for how to operate the battery and what the light does. And then it also comes with a 100 watt USB-C cable, which is great if you don't have one of these. It's a high wattage cable, so it allows you to get the full output of the Type-C port on this battery. It's great that it comes with that. So let's take a closer look at the battery here. It's made out of a sort of soft plastic. It's built pretty well. It feels pretty solid. It's not too heavy. It is a few millimeters shorter than some of the other V-mount batteries on the market. It has the same width and thickness though. Let's take a closer look at the top panel here. So it has kind of a rubber panel here that kind of protects it from light mist or rain, and maybe a light splash is what I'd say it's good for. But if you pull this back, we can look at the ports on the back here. On the left there, we have a USB Type A port that is up to 23 watts of output. And then we have next to that the USB Type C port. That is the one that has the 100 watt output capabilities through a 100 watt USB-C cable. And then we have a DC 12 volt output on the right there. And then what's also cool about this battery is that it has a D-tap on both sides. So if I open both those flaps, they both have a rubber sealed flap for water resistance, maybe some splash or some light mist resistance. But there's D-tap on left and right, so when you rig it onto your camera, you can choose if it's more convenient to have the cable run to the right or to the left. So I think that that's a really convenient thing to help be more flexible for how you're rigging your camera out. But right here we have also a power button. You press it and that light lights up. Right now it's full battery, so it's all bars. It works in 25% increments. So one section missing is 75%, another section missing is 50%, another section missing is 25%, and then it just turns off when it's dead. And then also the light will flash on and off rapidly if the battery overheats. I have a small rig, 220 watt light here, a cob light, and this has a V-mount plate on the back. So you can see this will interface with this light very nicely. See, it latches right onto there. And, oh, see, it's turning on. And it's able to, because this battery is capable of 100 watt output, it can only run the light at a maximum of 68%. But the light runs perfectly fine. Color temperature works fine. 68% is just the max. This battery can run this light at 100 watts for just over 30 minutes, which I think is pretty solid. 30 minutes is just enough to pop it on the light, get a good interview going, especially if you run the light more around 30%, you might get closer to 1 hour. It did not overheat. It was kind of warm, but no overheating when running a light at this battery's maximum output. So it's fantastic to see that this does not overheat when you're loading it like that. One thing to note though was that when I plugged this in to charge from 0 to 100 right after doing the light test where the battery was already warm, it did, with 100 watts in, it did overheat while charging about 20 minutes in, and it had to stop charging to cool down. So I think if you were using it on a camera, something that would draw a little less power that you were using on previously, then you'll be totally fine. It will. I did do a camera test and it did not overheat when I plugged it in right after doing a camera test. So it's just if you're going to use this for lights and you're thinking, oh, I want to power light, and plugging it in immediately after I use the light so you can be hot swapping throughout the day, this battery cannot do that. It will overheat for extreme tests like that, and extreme use cases like that. I tested this on the A7S III, powering USB-C into the camera, and then D-tap into an Atomos Ninja 5 monitor. I had the camera recording 4K 30 onto dual cards at the same time, and the Atomos Ninja monitor recording 4K 30 as well on top. I was able to record for over 3.5 hours before I ran out of card space, and the battery still had 25%. That is phenomenal. Like, you can film a whole multi-camera show, you can be at an event all day, and this will be able to power, say you're filming an event outdoors for 4 to 5 hours. You'll be totally fine to get through an entire workday with one of these. So that was really great to see. And as I mentioned, the battery did not overheat when the battery only overheated when being used on a light and going straight to charging at 100 watts. It did not overheat when doing a stress test recording on the camera and then going straight to charging. So the likelihood of you running into the overheating problem is pretty low. I've used this outdoor in hot environments, no issues whatsoever, no issues with powering the camera, no issues with charging to at 100 watts when the battery's cold. Just if you're going to plan to use it on lights, I would definitely look at the Small Rig Pro battery, 99 watt hour batteries. They handle higher wattage extremes like that a little bit better. But if you're just looking to power a camera and then maybe just charge it up at the end of the day when you're done, or only just power cameras and not lights, this is definitely a solid deal on Amazon for 70 bucks. You could totally pick up 2 of these for the price of one Small Rig Pro 99 watt hour battery, and you have enough. 2 is great because you can hot swap them throughout the day. You can put one on a light, put one on the camera. I think it's just really great value. So if you're interested in picking any of these up, I'll have the link in the description for this battery on Amazon, as well as the Small Rig alternative if you're looking to power lights more so. I'll also have the link in the description for this Small Rig light, and I'll have the link in the description for this Small Rig V-mount plate if you want to mount a V-mount on your Sony Alpha camera. There is also a review on the channel for this plate. I'll have a card at the end of the video here if you want to watch that. But besides that, links will be in the description if you're interested in picking it up. And that's all. Thank you so much for watching.